Yo, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in this evening. I know it's a little late. Normally, I like to do early videos, but this is something as we approach the end of the week that I had to put y'all in the know. I had to let y'all know what I'm looking at for y'all to add it to y'all's watch list. Right now, it is 7:54 here in San Antonio. Today is Thursday, August 31st, and as we about to close the week here tomorrow, I had to put y'all down on what it is that I'm looking at. I wanted y'all to add it to the watch list and pay attention to some of these stocks because I really feel like some massive moves are about to come. And just, wanted to let y'all know and share the love here, share the wealth. I want everybody to be profitable and try to put something in your pocket. I know I haven't been real active here. I've been real busy working. I am an analyst myself as far as what I do for a living. And I do this on the side, y'all. I love day trading. I love staying in the market, trying to make some little side trades for some of that supplemental income. But this is just things that I love to do, y'all. So I just wanted to kind of put y'all in the know on what it is I'm looking at. Feel free to hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. This is not your everyday video that most people post. I'm kind of just off the dome with it, so forgive me if I stutter and things like that. But hey, man, I'm human, right? But yeah, I'm gonna give it to you raw and real here. We don't edit the video or any of that stuff, So appreciate y'all showing some love and just kind of paying attention to some of these key points that I'm gonna cover today. Hopefully this video does y'all some justice and is able to make some money for y'all. But just let me know if y'all feeling the video, feeling the vibe. Hit that thumbs up and show your boy some love here, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive right in it, y'all. For those of y'all that have been following the channel, y'all should already know how we do it here. I like to cover 4 different stocks. I keep my layout here on my charts on the screen. I usually look at 4 different charts throughout the day. The way that I have this set up here is I usually keep the daily, or if I'm trading intraday, I'll use this as a 30-minute overview here pretty much, and then I'll use my 1 minute and my 5 minute, just so I can kind of tell as to how the stock's going to move, if it's moving up or down. It kind of gives me a better indication on how to trade it, depending on certain levels that it's reaching, on how I'm planning to trade it, whether it's daily wise for a long term. I can go into the week, month, or if I'm just kind of looking to trade it for the day or just hold it for the week and trade off at the end of the week. These are just kind of different techniques that I use and strategize on scoping my kills as you must, right? But yeah, that's kind of the way I like to trade here. But let's just go ahead and dive right in it, y'all. Don't let me take up too much of y'all's time. I do like to talk, and I can get caught up on a subject. But I'm human, y'all. But forgive me if I talk too much. But yeah, what I wanted to cover today, because what I like to do also, I like to cover stocks that not everybody's following, right? Everyone wants to follow the Apples, the Teslas, the Metas, the Nvidias, right? Nvidia's popping right now. Everybody's diving into these AI stocks, and those are cool, right? Yeah, I'm sure you can make a lot of good money. I've made a little bit of money in some of those here and there, but I don't know, man. I like to just play outside the box. I look for things that a lot of people aren't paying attention to, or at least not yet, right? Maybe if you're making the right call and people start to pay attention, well, maybe you're just early, right? You're just the early bird. Early bird gets the worm, as they say. But yeah, man, I like to just go with what I know. I pay attention to my gut, how I think, our future looks, the outlook in life, financials, the fundamentals, things like that. I try to look at all different angles. Again, I am an analyst as far as what I do for a living, so I try to get real technical around making sense to how things are going to play out with different scenarios, whether it's up, down, left, right kind of deal. But you know how we look at it. We like to always plan for the worst, as they say, hope for the best, right? So this is kind of the same concept here when we're trading stocks. You want to try to make money, but you want to try to limit your loss, or at least your risk. You do the risk assessment. You just try to hope the upside's a higher percentage than the downside, and so at the end of the day, you're actually being profitable in the decisions you make. But off the back, y'all, let's go ahead and dive into this stock here. Forgive me for my rambling. But Global Star, y'all, GSAT. For all y'all that don't know what Global Star is, ticker symbol GSAT. This is GSAT. So for those of y'all that seen the posting of the video, this is the main one. I know a lot of people just want to hold what they're trying to talk about to the end just to get you to watch their video. I'm hoping y'all just pay attention because I'm teaching y'all something, right? I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing it for the knowledge, because at the end of the day, I can feed you a fish, but if I teach you how to fish, you'll be able to eat forever, as they say. Well, maybe that's how I say it. But yeah, y'all, Global Star. So recently, Global Star, they actually had a partnership with Apple. I don't know if y'all heard about it a few months back, where we actually seen a pop. I believe it was one of these $3 pops here. Uh, I don't think it went back into October. Maybe it was here recently. It popped. Either way, I've been running with this stock for a while. This isn't new to me. I've been watching it over the last couple of years. Like this stock goes. I want to say 2 or 3 years. I've been following this stock. I've been trading it in and out. But every time it comes down to the low end, knowing that they just had this Apple partnership, it's new. They haven't even been able to really do much business. This technology was built into their Apple i4 or their i14 iPhone, and it's a satellite communication technology for those that are wanting to use their phone when you don't have a signal and you're off the grid. You can't get a signal. Now you have the capabilities of actually using the satellite to kind of use the reception you need in order for you to get the signal. It's not as fast as using your regular signal when you're in the States or on shore, but you're still able to do it in case you have an emergency or something. You're still able to use it. It does have those capabilities. Still use text message and call if needed. So that's a real good product as far as a partnership, right? Is that they're able to offer. So now that they can kind of put that within their iPhone, but I think it's more than that. I think it's more. I'm thinking, ahead into the future. Is it really just about this one iPhone 14? All right, no. I think of satellite communication. Where are we going with this? Is it something? Is it AI related? Is it, what else can come of this company? Is kind of how I think of it, right? I mean, this company's been doing well. It's a small cap company, but they've been making good earnings. Their revenue has been increasing over the last few quarters. Like, I've been seeing a lot of positives in this company. They're starting to grow. They're partnering with major companies within the industry. Apple, that's the biggest company in the world, right? One of the biggest. And that's got to say a lot. I don't think Apple's just going to go and put their money in with any company and just be like, here, let's do a partnership, make this for us or whatever. Like, no. I'm sure they did their research and they said, you know what, this is the company fit for us. Let's go ahead and invest our money into this company. So I think it's more than just this iPhone. I really think they're going to start to use maybe some AI related technology, some products, but I actually looking into the Vision Pro, right? Apple, they just released their Vision Pro. This isn't even really being talked about much. I mean, it's expensive now, but I'm hearing that there's a lot of talk of maybe they're going to start offering it to the public, maybe have some payment plans around trying to get everybody to buy one to get it in everybody's household. This is a product I really think they're going to want us to use daily like we do with the iPhone. And what's better way to get that to everybody around the world? Well, satellite, technology, communication, that's something that they can service somebody anywhere, right? We're not limited to just certain regions or certain areas where you have to have a tap or a tower nearby in order for you to even use the service. So this is kind of the way I'm looking at the future plays and the outlook of this company here. Now, I know I can talk a lot, but forgive me for that, but I just had to kind of give you the basics around why I'm even so interested in this company, why I'm like highly invested in this company, and this is the reason why. So knowing that I've been feeling this way, this isn't a Wall Street play or nothing. The big dogs, the big guys aren't in this stock. Maybe they are. They're just not heavily invested in it, but this is one that I feel it's on the low end. When you see something that's so cheap, do people really care to put attention on these types of stocks? Most of the time, nah, they don't really care. Everybody's focused on the big dollar stocks, right? But anyway, so I've been watching it. We've been trailing, like I'm saying, the last few months under the 200-day moving average, kind of an up and down, back and forth deal here, but we finally broke above it off of this news. They've been trying to sell it off since earlier this week. We broke above. This was the last level we needed to hold above, was that 129. And as you can see, that first day, even though we hit 150 or so, and they still pushed that price all the way down. I don't know what you call this freaking sign right here. I know there's a name for it, but I don't pay attention to all that candlestick talk, But this level, they couldn't push us back through that 129. So now this is our new support level, is the way I'm seeing it. Not only that, we're now trading, excuse me, above the 200-day moving average. So for me, that's bullish. That's a bullish indicator right there. We finally broke, we held there. Then the following day, we broke up even higher. We gapped up a little bit in the pre-market, and then we opened, pushed up to a high. We came back down, kind of closed in the middle. But then today, we even went up a little bit higher. Now, although we didn't reach an all-time high comparing it to the day before, we're still holding within this level here, right? So now I'm looking at that new support level around 140. Right now, we're holding at 148. Market has already closed for the day, so the pre-market is kind of going to say a lot as to how we might end the week. But even though we may end the week here, we might not move up higher. I really think it's just the beginning, knowing that we're able to hold above that $1.29. So the $1.29 is where we want to watch now as far as the break back to the downside. If we break back through this level to the downside, then we'll probably come all the way back down to this 121, 120 area. And maybe we'll see a bounce if that's the case. I'm really hoping we hold above this 140 or so. But this is something that I'm going to keep an eye on moving into tomorrow, which is Friday. We do see a lot of selling going on Friday. We've had a nice big tech run over the last week or two, and I really think it's time to cool off in the market in general. So we may see a pullback. But another good thing that I've noticed about this stock here, even while the market's down, I've seen this stock outperform the market. This stock will be doing well while the whole rest of the market is doing bad. I can't say that that's necessarily the case that's going to happen this time, but I have seen this stock perform very well even though the market is on the downside. So it's something to keep in mind. Is just we're trying to find a place to buy in now. Now I'm already in here. You know, I've been holding shares since picking them up all the way on the low. I trade them on the high, and I'll grab them again when it comes back down. I jumped in around 125 or so. So I'm going to ride these up. And right now we've already hit 150 or so. We're pulled back, like I'm saying. We're holding at that 148. 138 or so, I would say we can look at that as another support level here. So if you are looking to see us close, if we come down and we can close still above this 140 tomorrow, I would probably look at this as a buy point and then trying to push back up to these higher levels here. I would really like to get in more or less around the 129. I would like to wait to see if we are able to break back and then buy in at 129. But I've been seeing a lot of volume over the last 3 days in this stock. There's a lot of volatility in this stock. We are oversold, as you see, looking at the RSI, which it can pull back. But something's telling me that we're probably going to hold this level and probably continue. I have a channel drawn here where we want to end up in this channel just to confirm that upside. But right now, as you can see, they're trying to push the price down. They've been trying over the last few days, and we keep pushing higher and pushing higher. So will we be able to hold? We'll see. You know, it's Friday tomorrow, and if we can hold this level on a Friday, I'm really feeling good about next week starting into the green, moving up into these higher levels. I'm also looking at the weekly, as you can see here. We're testing that channel that I've drawn here, following the history of this stock and how it's been playing on that trend. So as you can see on the weekly, we pushed all the way up to that level. We tested it. There's some resistance there. It pulled this back down, but hey, we're still closing right here though. So you see, we're above that 200-day on the weekly. I'm feeling bullish, you know. Here's the 50-day moving average. We're already above the 50-day moving average on the weekly too. You know, and we're still not even, you know, oversold yet. We're running what? What is this? I can't see it on this screen. Let me see here. Well, we're about 60 or so, I want to say. I can't really tell looking at this chart. But yeah, it looked about 60-ish level on the RSI, but there's still room for some upside looking at the weekly though. As you can tell, we haven't kind of topped out there yet. Compared to the dailies, you can see we're that high. Whoops. And then the weekly. So yeah, but that's GSET. So Global Star, for those of y'all that aren't already in the know, go ahead and add this one to y'all's watch list, y'all. I'm just giving it to y'all raw here, man. I don't like to fake the funk, but just let me know what y'all think. You're welcome to comment in the section below the video. Let me know your thoughts around this stock. If y'all don't already know about Global Star, y'all need to get in the know now because it's time, y'all. We've been pumping heavy, as you can see, over the last 3 days. We're 306% over our daily average volume, and this has been consistent. As you can see the volatility over the last 3 days compared to the history. Look, these are just regular days, and then we get some good news, and it's like wham, wham, like it's just going crazy right now. So yeah, I'm really feeling good about this stock here, y'all. This is one of my favorites right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and moving on. Stock number 2, we have Cisco Systems. Now this is a new stock that I actually picked up a few weeks back. Before their earnings, I was feeling confident looking into this stock. Their fundamentals, they're profitable, they're making money, they got free cash flow. Not only that, there's a history behind this stock. This is like a 30-year-old company or so, I believe, 30 or 50, I forget. But I want to say this company goes all the way back into the 80s or 90s. They've been around a while. And looking into how they've been performing, as you can see, we've been on an uptrend here. We got an all-time high of this $64.29 with that low of $35.28 recently. But this is a weekly actually too. This is that 200-day, and we've been trending up. We actually broke through this level here around their earnings, which is about a month ago, as I was saying. I bought in somewhere around 50, 52 or so. And I'm riding it right now, so we're gonna see some resistance around this 58. That's kind of where I have that next resistance level, more or less. Looking at the history here, on the daily. So I have that 58, or we have this 64. So that's the range that we're kind of looking at right now. It's right here. So if we're able to break through this, we'll be looking to hit that 64. I really feel like we'll see a pullback soon. We've been kind of running here over the last couple of weeks. We've just been up and up and up. So we're kind of a little oversold right now. And as you can see, we kind of got oversold in that same range last time. Then there was a 3-day sell-off. Well, actually, it was more like a 5-day before it started to recover. So I'm sure we'll see that down, pull back at least to that $55 or so. I really feel maybe I can possibly come back down to 54, but hopefully we'll probably just pull back to around $55. But this company here, this is where I feel is a new AI play, actually, is what they're talking about. This is something that, not necessarily like an NVIDIA, but they believe it may have the potential to run like NVIDIA. It's just, this is not really, the talk of the town right now, the talk of the market yet. This one's kind of been flying in the background. There's still some eyes on this stock. A lot of people are still, invested in this stock, feeling like there's a good future for this stock. Me myself, they actually have a nice dividend payout. I believe it's around 2.5% or so, almost 3% dividend return on this stock. So that's another good investment. Return on your investment there, on top of just the upside potential that it has. AI technology, they have cybersecurity. I also believe is something else that they're involved in. I haven't, like I'm saying, this is a new stock I'm trading. This is something that I just jumped in and I'm learning as we go. But just following the chart itself, it's looking real bullish. I'm bullish on this chart. I mean, it's trading above the 200 and the 50-day right now. Just moving up higher and higher. They had a decent earnings report. I don't want to say it blew things out the water. It was kind of a mixed way of looking at it. It kind of dove down and then it popped right back up. So people kind of maybe misunderstood the earnings at first, and then it kind of reversed on itself. But I was already looking at this stock like, man, there's a lot of good news in this stock. They're not in debt. They got, good revenue. They got a log that they're also trying to fill and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I was like, yeah, I'm sure this stock's gonna move up, and that's what it did. So not only will I be making some good dividends on my investment here, I'm hoping to continue to move up to the upside. And as AI starts to develop, I really think there'll be more attention on this stock too, and also probably more people looking to invest into the stock. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this one. I want y'all to add it to y'all's watch list. If you are looking to buy into this position, I would love to have it pull back to 54. Because even me, I would probably load up again. If it can pull back to 54, that would probably be the best bet. 53.80, between 53.80 and $54 would be a good time to trade. We may only pull back to that $55 mark though. If you want to see that bounce, you can look for that bounce and close. And if we close on that bounce, then that would also be a buy signal there where you can look to trade. It's coming any farther back down to 50 or so. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible, right? The market crashes, this can easily come down with the market. It's just something to keep an eye on, just those key levels. Wait for those closing on the upside in the green, just so you know if it's going to continue to move up or down before you actually want to buy into this stock. But long term, this is a good investment, so don't let it scare you as far as the price. You just want to just get the best bargain. Just try to find the best opportunity you can to get into these stocks here. All right, let's move on here. Stock number 3. We'll go ahead and start right to left here, though. We'll cover the left one last. But this is a stock that I recently traded. I have it on my watch list again. I'm looking to maybe do some options in this one. I owned it previously for, I want to say, over the last year or so. Once it kind of started to move up, I sold out my position just so I can kind of cover where I was from the past. It has an all-time high recently of 984, as you can see here, but since then it's pulled back and sold off a little. It's kind of testing around that $5 200-day moving average here is around 540 or so, but it actually didn't even come all the way down. We've seen a nice bounce around 580, 588, and since then we've been pushing up higher. We pushed above that 50-day again, which we're still trending here on the daily above that. We're still have the 50 above the 200, which is still bullish. We're kind of hovering around the 200-day, and right now we did see it pull back a little bit. There was some article released on files $150 million mixed shelf for their stock. So yeah, sale of $150 million in securities. So that kind of caused a little sell-off today. But as you can see, I already had this line drawn here from a while back, and it literally just tested that line like right there, right on it, and bounced up, pushed back up, and right now it's holding at 741. So I really got to see how this is going to close tomorrow. But if we can close in the green, I'm maybe looking to get into maybe some call options and try to ride that back up to that 850. This stock here can move pretty fast. There's been a lot of volume in this stock. It's been pumping a lot more over its daily average. Not necessarily a lot of volume, as you can see, that's being traded. But it's just the fact that there's been a lot of attention than it's normal, volume being traded throughout this stock. I've been seeing it pumping above 100%. There's days where I actually seen it 200 or 300% above its daily average. So it's actually drawing in some trading volume. So this is why I've actually been seeing it move. And as you can see, it can move pretty fast, even though there's low volume coming in here. But Pioneer Power Solutions, they've been having some positive earnings and things like that. It's being reported, revenue increases. And this is an electric component, I want to say, for like maybe there's different types of things that they develop there as far as their products. I want to say there's some for EVs, some for just some like electrical grid, like plants and stuff like that. There's just all different types of parts, I believe, that they can manufacture there, and there's different ways that they have as far as their product pipeline. But this is just stocks that I pay attention to, and like when the EV market's moving and things like that, the electric companies and stuff, this is where we start to see like solar power. We'll see this one also start to move on those days when that sector is heated up. But just one I wanted to also have y'all add to the watch list. These are stocks that most people don't pay attention to, but me, I make good profits in these stocks. I wait for those levels and I trade in and out. as long as we're seeing volume coming in and out, I mean, these are good trades. I've never traded options on stocks like these because there's not really a lot of volume. But I feel like, hey, if I can win on some of these other ones, why can't I win on these, right? People always try to tell you how to trade, and I don't know. I trade in my own sense, you know. I feel like I know what's right, and I make my own decisions. I hate people trying to think for me, because at the end of the day, like, nobody's always right, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times listening to how everybody else trades, that causes me to make mistakes. I want to think for myself, and if I take a loss, I'm gonna take a loss for myself, right? And also those wins, though, they feel a lot better too. If you know what you're doing something right, and you're making money, then hey, who's these other people to judge you, right? That's the way I see it. But yeah, PPSI, y'all, go ahead and add that one to the watch list. I really think there's some upside to this one too. You see that high of 984? We're at 741. There's a $2 gain. That's just to hit that all-time high. So we got to break through this 850 though in order to continue to move up. But just something to watch is this level here at 726. We'll see how we close tomorrow, and then I'll probably post another video and provide an update here soon, just to let y'all know how it starts to play out. But all right, y'all, let's go ahead and we'll close with this last stock of the day. This is a banking stock. This one's a bank in Brazil. This one here, I've actually been trading options over the last couple of weeks, and I've been making some good trades on this one here. Just some quick in and outs with these options. As you can see, we've been selling off. I've been actually buying put options on this one as it's been selling off little by little. I've seen it starting to kind of pull back on that daily. I've seen us have the earnings, and on that earnings, we actually pulled back. We had good earnings. We had increase in, I believe, customers. Was it customers? Let's pull that up here real quick. Yeah, they had an increase. I know. Yeah, 4.6 million customers they added. So they picked up that in their last quarter, 4.6 million. That's a nice little jump. But why did the stock sell off? Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Why did the stock sell off? You know, we had good earnings and we still sold off. So we sold off there, and I've just been watching it. And they've come all the way down here. So I've been buying those put options, bought more put options. We've been bouncing. Bought more put options, came down again, and yeah, I've been riding this like up and down. I was looking for it to come all the way back down to about this 630 level or so. We've been actually testing that 661, 664 or so. As you can see, every time we hit there, we bounce, we bounce, we bounce. But we're also consolidating at the same time. As you see this downtrend, we were trending down, and we're consolidating and hitting that, moving into here, and I feel like we're going to break back to the upside. We've been seeing also a lot of volume piling into this stock over the last few days, especially since it's been selling off. It's just been a massive volume. We've been in the green, over 100% of our daily average volume over the last few days. I want to say since last week, almost every day we're pumping pretty heavy here. I mean, the market in general, a lot of stocks have been doing that, but this one's actually been doing it on a consistent basis over the last few days. So this is why I've been kind of watching it and also been able to get in and out of these trades. I've been doing it intraday with the options, and it's been real successful for me. I've actually been, I think I did different put options over the last 3 weeks and made money on all of them. You know, so I'm looking to do the call options. I'm just waiting for the right time to get in, and I'm going to try to ride some call options back up. We'll see if those work out the same. Right now, I know the market's starting to get a little rocky. We've been hitting these all-time highs, or pushing higher and higher, and I just feel like it's any time now where we might start to see a downturn. But right now, I'm kind of limited on my trades as far as holding shares. I do have some of my long-terms that I'm holding, but I'm looking to play a lot of these options, and mainly I want to try to get in on some put options here. But these stocks are the ones that I'm feeling may survive as far as any pullbacks in the market. G said, like I'm saying, this one doesn't really fall in line with the market. This one kind of just plays out and acts on its own. I've seen it in market in red, and this one's actually doing pretty well. So these are just 4 I want y'all to keep an eye on, y'all, moving into next week. As far as the market starts to sell off, possibly tomorrow. It's Friday. We'll see how that plays out. But just wait for those buy opportunities. Please leave some comments if you want me to kind of chime in on your thoughts. See if I can provide some guidance there. Again, this isn't any financial advice. I'm just kind of pointing y'all in directions as far as what I'm looking at, and y'all can look into when to buy or when to trade if you're wanting to trade on some of these shares here. But just trying to put y'all in the know. Let me know what y'all think. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you liking the video, and we'll talk again soon, y'all. Have a good one. Later.